Let's see what happened to that weak low that was crossing Florida yesterday. That has now moved out into the Gulf of Mexico, and it's this little low right here which has taken all the rain away with it. And behind it, we're seeing some fairly robust winds out of the east at around 15 miles per hour. And so the batch of rain down here will probably wind up here as we head through the latter portions of the day. Now, further out in the tropics, we've been monitoring Edward. That's a very strong tropical storm. It's been increasing in intensity through the day, but notice it is 2,300 miles away from us, 50-mile-per-hour winds. By Monday, this will likely become a hurricane, and then it turns towards the north. So the good news is that it stays out over the open Atlantic, passing far enough to the east of Bermuda where they'll just have swell impacts. And even along Florida's beaches, there'll be some swell starting to develop there around the east coast as we head into Wednesday and Thursday. There's also one more system I want to tell you about. This one is way out over the eastern Atlantic. There's a 30% chance of it developing. But like Edward, this would probably stay over the open Atlantic and pass very close to where that tropical storm is currently located. Now let's bring it back home for you and time out when we'll see some rain. You've got most of the day with dry conditions, turning partly cloudy. Notice here around 3 o'clock, still not much going on. We'll start to see some storms billow up around Hardee, DeSoto counties, around Sebring as well. And then by 6 o'clock, that should be prime time for those showers and thunderstorms.
And weather meteorologist Mark Collins is tracking all of it. Mark?
Low pressure Allison over South Florida is bringing us rain here in our backyards right now over Polk County. You can see this band of rain moving in through Lake Wales. We go in a little bit tighter and you're going to get wet here momentarily in Bartow. The heaviest rain is back here near Winter Haven, and this is moving eastward, and it's moving at a fairly good clip. So we'll see that rain move towards Lakeland here after it reaches you in Bartow. The satellite appearance shows that there's this area low pressure here just south of Lake Okeechobee, and it's this low which is enhancing the winds out of the east. So these storms are going to push all the way back towards the Gulf Coast. They'll be around the coastal areas at 3 o'clock, and you can see it's a very narrow line. The heavier rains have been over South Florida, very soggy in the Keys. We'll tell you more about this disturbance and the weekend coming up in just a bit, Allison.